Chapter 1, Tragedy at Windy Ways. A sunbeam crept through a window on a sparkling English June morning. First it struck the corner of a rug, intercepted by little swaying shadows, as the roses which grew all around that window danced and bobbed in the fragrant breeze. The beam of sunlight traveled forward, unhurried, across the rug. Presently it touched a tobacco pouch on the floor and passed on as if in an inquisitive mood, for that shining finger was now picking out the toe of a man's shoe. It glided along an instep and began to reveal a human leg which lay motionless. There was something sinister about the stillness of that leg on the floor. An hour passed before the sunbeam had progressed to an outstretched arm, the hand of which was tightly clutched. And then it began to glint on an object made of polished steel, which protruded from that prostrate form, a knife in a dead man's heart. And that is the first few paragraphs of The Necklace of Death, a book published in 1931 by Henry Holt. Let's see. So you believe me? You can see it. 1931. So this is a book that I just sold on eBay, well, yesterday, for $80. I had it listed for $99.99, and I was happy to take an offer of $80. It had been listed for a little bit of time, well, months, but not years or anything crazy like that. So this was an exciting, that's a bit extreme, but this was an awesome sale for sure, guys. Awesome sale. And if you're new to my channel, my name is Andrew from 510 Books, and it is Friday, January 28th, 2022, a little after 5 p.m. I'm here in my bookstore and packing up a few things. Had 4 sales, a DVD lot, and a book lot, and 2 books, one of which I just read from. Pretty awesome, right? And if you want this book, you're gonna have to spend some money. I don't think there are very many copies out there. That book is, let's see, what is that, 91 years old? Is that right? 1931, I believe so. And it's in great condition. This is a book that was here in the back of the bookstore when I acquired all of the inventory. It was one of many, many books that were back here on the shelves and that I went through and listed, and I've sold quite a few. And many more to sell. So that was one of the sales that I had. The other sale is pretty remarkable. Well, remarkable is a bit high. It is impressive as well, but in terms of, it's impressive in terms of the dollar amount, but also it's an interesting book as well. So this second book, I'm going to pick up the tripod. Let me show it to you. This is a book. I'm not 100% sure, but I'm pretty sure I got this as a donation. And it's been sitting for probably at least a year, close to a year, if not more than a year. It's very specific, very niche. Here it is. The Encyclopedia of Ishin Ryu Karate. Excuse me if I'm butchering it. Book 1, Beginner to Green Belt. And it's by, you can see on the bottom, Okinawan Master, Angi, Uezu, Uezu. Yeah. And then with Joseph Jennings, who actually signed it. And on the back, you can see more of these guys right there. And actually, the guy on the cover is still alive. According to Google, he is 87 years old and a 10th degree black belt. My eye is twitching. And here, I'll show you first of all the sale so any doubters can see for themselves. Here's the sale, $175. Now I had this listed for double this because it's signed by, not by the guy on the cover, but by the other guy. So it's pretty rare. The book is rare in general. There's only a couple of other copies I've seen, especially book 1. There's another one, I believe, book 2. That's also rare. But I did take the offer and for $175. Or rather, I should say, I was given an offer of $150 and then reciprocated the $175 and they accepted it. So that was great. Exciting. Hold on. I Googled Anji Uezu. Sure I'm not pronouncing that correctly. And it says that he's the former head of one of the major karate organizations, but it also says he's the son-in-law of the system's founder, Shimabuki. I'm not going to try, but yeah, and a 10th degree black belt. So that's pretty awesome. The other thing is, it appears that the person that purchased it is actually a part of this karate organization or association, and it's going to therefore go to somebody that really is going to use it, appreciate it, and get a lot out of it, because it is a pretty cool book. So those are the 2 great sales that I had the last 24 hours. 4 total sales on Amazon, on eBay, and 1 merchant fulfilled sale on Amazon. Today is Friday, so I did have my sale today as well, which went really well, but that's not what this video is about, but thought I would just mention it. It was actually my best Friday, so just to throw that out there. But it's always nice to have a great local sale and then at the same time have some great eBay or online sales. So definitely is the only way to go, I feel, if you're going to sell local, or if you're going to sell online, and have access to a lot of good books and other types of media. I think it's great to sell locally, so you can take advantage of the different marketplaces, because they're completely different. Of course, online you have a much larger market, but you don't know these people, you don't talk to them, other than the occasional email through eBay and hardly ever through Amazon. You don't meet them in person, you don't get to know them. But locally, it's a much smaller market, even though I live in a large metropolitan area. It's still a smaller market, of course, but you get to talk to people face to face, you get to know their name, get to know what they're into, build a relationship, and that is way more powerful than anything you could sell to someone, or not what you could sell to somebody, but what you can potentially build online with somebody. It just doesn't compare. So I think doing all of those together is really powerful. And I will tell you this, though, as a caveat, selling locally, getting a space, setting that up, building it out, building up a customer base, that all takes time, sweat equity, energy, all that stuff. But it's definitely worth it, and it's super rewarding as well. I also had my first employee working today with me, teaching him about how to do, ring people up and just everything that he needs to know, so that after however long it takes, few days, few weeks, he can be left alone, even just for a couple hours, and then get to the point over time that he's comfortable enough to where I could potentially leave him for most of a day if I need to do something else, etc. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but I'm going to bring it back. Those are other things that have been going on. But yeah, the sales were great. I've been kind of going back and forth with this person for that book, and I decided, what, I was going to try to stick it, or keep the price a lot higher, because it is signed by one of the authors or participants in the book. But I figured, what, it's a great price still. It's a book that I'm pretty sure was donated to me, so they're getting a pretty good deal, considering that it is signed by one of the people and it's in solid condition. There's a few stains on it and whatnot, but the pages are all intact and that kind of stuff. So yeah, and it's going to be used by the right people, or the people that are really going to appreciate it and probably take care of it. And they said he's going to leave it in the dojo, which I think is what he said, and so that others can look at it and appreciate it. So I think that's going to be a cool artifact for people to have and learn from. So that's always rewarding as well, when there's a little bit of a story behind something that you sell to someone that you'll probably never meet online, and rarely communicate with other than possibly email back and forth, some messaging. So so that's good too. And the other sale was fun. It sounds like a good book. Too bad I'm gonna have to send it out, and I don't have much time to read these days. But that does sound like an interesting book as well. And imagine it's 91 years old. So overall, great day online and at my local sale. And I will talk more about what's going on with the sales and my new employee and that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, guys. Please, if you enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. After all, I did read to you in the beginning, which I thought was cool. I skimmed through it and I thought, oh, this is pretty cool, so might as well read it. So please give a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. If you're not a subscriber, do subscribe, because I do make videos about reselling books and media on eBay, Amazon, and as well in my local sale, which is my warehouse sale, because it's technically a small warehouse space that I've converted into a retail space. And I do have a bookstore here that I'm leasing out that I will start to really tackle to hopefully open. And once that's open, that'll be phenomenal. And that is the accurate word to use, phenomenal, to have this running as well. So those are the kind of things I talk about. So subscribe if that sounds interesting to you, and just following my journey as an entrepreneur and a reseller. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you in the next video.